Hi, I'm Jen Turrell, and you're about to watch a Mastering Money Matters weekly blab with the women from my Mastering Money Matters group. This is a small group for women who are freelancers, entrepreneurs, and small business owners where we discuss the specifics of the finances that apply to you. We talk about launch cycles, irregular income, quarterly estimated taxes, and other things that are a little different from your general W-2 employment situation. So if this applies to you, come on in and join the conversation.
My name is Lisa Carpenter. I'm a transformational life and nutrition coach, and my passion really is helping women get off the diet coaster, reconnect with themselves so that they can make peace with food and their body, because it's really not about the food. It's about the relationship that we're having with ourselves, and that generally drives our eating behaviors. So trying to break the diet cycle. So I work with women really who've struggled with trying to lose weight their entire life. And haven't been able to find any peace, any results. And I strip down both the mindset piece and the actual nutritional pieces to help them create their own blueprint. Very much like what you do with money, right? Like, let's scale it back. Look at all the emotional pieces, and also give you the tools to move forward, right? You could do one, but if you don't do the other, you still end up in limbo land. So that's really kind of my thing and what I do.
Mm-hmm. And I want to jump in and just say that I think it was 2014 now that I first met you, Lisa, right?
Mm-hmm.
End of 2014. And I had been struggling with probably about 8 years of sort of chronic nausea and random vomiting and inflammation in my stomach. And I had a lump issue where, we had a biopsy in my stomach and it looked like things were really bad. It was just inflammation, but acute inflammation. So it wasn't cancer, but I ended up going to Lisa and we did a session together, and you kind of helped me look through different inflammatory foods and things. I ended up not wanting to do your EAT program just because I was like, I'm doing so many programs, I can't take another one. But I am still considering it because I do feel like over time, I've worked with a few different people on nutrition and food, but I still struggle. I still struggle a lot. And I actually just ate some things I probably shouldn't. Shoved them in my mouth real quick before this because I was like, I'm gonna get hungry.
I run a couple different programs now. So I started one course that's kind of, the baby sister to EAT. EAT is my kind of signature nutrition program. The first course is called Feelings in Food, and it really is helping women do the emotional work first and really stripping down the relationship that they're having with food, which then prepares them to go into EAT. EAT really is a step-by-step, piece-by-piece approach. And one of the things that drives me crazy about the land of nutrition and in my industry is we get so complicated. Like we got to do the gut bacteria thing, and we got to do the, strip out all the grain things. And it's all these kind of different pieces, and they're all valid. They all have a valid place. However, if you don't have that foundational understanding of the basics, it's really hard to build on it. So I want my clients to really get in touch with how food is making them feel so that then we can start to go deeper. But they have to have an understanding of all of the pieces first and how they all work together. Mm-hmm. So there you go.
That totally makes sense. And my little story about my gut health issue, I just credit because a few months later, after we'd done some work together, do you remember in January, I finally had this moment where I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't vomited like in 3 months, which was a big thing for me at the time. Do you remember that?
Yeah. And I'm really proud of you because you continued to go on and explore and work with other people and say, okay, well, what else do I need to learn here? What do I need to look at for myself? And that's, I think with nutrition, so many people want to believe that they're going to be done. Like they'll get the answer and then they'll be done. And even with my stuff, it's not meant to be a one and done. It's meant to be, this is where you're starting from. And now what else do you still need to learn? And how else do you need to grow to continue to improve your health? We have to eat until the day we die. We need to make sure that we are paying attention to that and being responsible for that, just like our money.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, I think that's where I see so many similarities is because there is no cold turkey with food unless you're going on a tube or something. And there's no cold turkey with finance either. It's this ongoing flow.
It's ongoing. Of things. That's right. More layers all the time that you get to uncover.
Since you have 3 programs and I only know about E.A.T, tell me about the other 2.
Oh, I know. What have I been doing all year? I actually sat back and took stock because, you know, like most entrepreneurs, I can get really hard on myself. Like, I'm not doing enough. I'm not moving ahead. Why aren't things coming together? When I sat back and looked, you know, over the course of last year, I created not only, E.A.T is not even a year old. That just blows my mind to start with. So E.A.T turns 1 on April 1st is when I launched it to my first group of alumni, opened up to my alumni. So it's the big program. E.A.T stands for Education, Action, Transformation. And it was really designed as, like I said, a step-by-step, week-by-week approach to nutrition to help women really put their hands back on the wheel of and take control over their relationship with food and really understand how to build out their own nutritional blueprint. Most of them are trying to lose weight. So that's kind of the premise of it, but it goes so far beyond that. So, and then after that, so that was the first program for me that launched. And then I realized that the more I worked with clients, because I taught it live, I really wanted to create a program that would focus on the emotional pieces, that would be a smaller program, kind of like the baby sister to E.A.T, to allow them to go through and strip down the, like I said, the emotional pieces around food, the relationship they're having with food. So that is a 6-module course, full self-study. I don't teach it live. That once they have access, they can go through everything in it right away. So they can work at their own pace, or they can binge watch all my videos and do all the PDFs all at once. And I also started a membership program, which spun off of a huge challenge that I ran last year called the 10 Days of You. So I created my 365 Days of You membership, which is really focused on women taking an active role in their self-care and really finding their way back to themselves. And it is a potpourri of all the stuff that I love to do. There's no rules on it in terms of me as a coach. So I really get to play. So every month I do a challenge on self-care or nutrition. There's also a book recommendation, food for thought video. I put up an exercise suggestion because I used to be a personal fitness coach. So I thought, well, I'm going to throw that into the mix. I do a guest expert every month. So it's really opening the women up to different things. Like I've talked about EFT. I had Kim Earbrink Jansen on. I had Kate Cole on talking about, you know, moon cycles and sovereign boundaries and just everything around, you know, because the women that I work with predominantly have really gotten themselves lost in their own life. Like they've forgotten who they were before their busy lives took over, before they became moms, before they became wives, before they became, you know, like doers of all things. And it really just gives them a safe home to kind of explore different things. From, you know, like I said, meditation to, okay, I'm going to read this new book this month. And I love it because, like I said, for me personally as a coach, there's no rules on it. I get to talk about and discuss whatever I want. And every month I hop onto a live call with that group as well. So it's just, I mean, that's ultimately what I love to do, is connect with people. So that's what I've done over the course of the year, is like massive challenge and tons of programs. So now it's just getting it out there more and more. So
that's a lot. And I have to say, a lot of people are doing membership sites these days or membership programs, but I do feel for things like this where it's such an ongoing thing and you have holidays come up and you have special occasions. And I mean, there's so many times when what you eat and how your exercise routine goes gets shifted. I mean, there've been a few things where I've tried to track different things, including food journaling. Yeah. And I keep being like, well, I want a regular week. I don't want a week where like I travel or where this happens or where, you know, and I realized I don't have any regular weeks, no. You know, like, or at least no regular month. Like every month there's something that comes up that is irregular. Like it's regularly irregular. And I think the same thing with money too, is that you can't plan it and stick to it exactly forever. You can't prescribe. I mean, there's certain things you can plan and prescribe. Like you do have to eat so many meals a day to stay alive. You do have to, you know, have your recurring costs or whatever. But the ongoing nature of it, I think that is one of the best things to have a membership site for. Lisa Carpenter and I talked about that too, because the way that organizing works, stuff comes into your home continually and you continually organize it and have stuff go out. And, you know, there's sort of this ongoing, you're never quite done with it kind of thing. And it's so nice to be able to have support at sort of a lower ongoing level price point too. And I think it's so smart for businesses because then you have a recurring income too for you.
Exactly.
So I think it works for everyone. Yeah.
Exactly. And I really wanted to create a space where people could learn to get to know me and my work that wasn't going to break the bank.
Yeah.
And it's such a natural progression from one program into the next, because E.A.T is a higher level program. It's very intensive. There's a lot of stuff to learn there. It's not for everybody. You've got to be ready for it when you step through the doors. And
you warned me, and I was like, I'm not ready for it.
I know, and people are like, why would you do that? And it's the truth is, I only want people to step into my classroom who are really ready to show up for themselves, because you can't just throw money at things and hope it's going to go away. Like you just can't, right? It's like me throwing money at another coach thinking that they're going to fix my business. Well, my business isn't broken. It's, am I really showing up for myself in the way that I need to? Am I taking responsibility for the things that I need to? And that's what E.A.T is all about. It's about let's give up on the diet crap and really step into a place of taking greater responsibility for your relationship with food. So not making it a thing. It's never going to be perfect. There's never going to be a right time, but deciding that at some point you have to have a daily practice around it. Like, I have to track my money. I have to have some money systems now. I don't love it. It's never going to be perfect, but it has to be there because I have to be responsible for my financial health. And that's how I want people who step into my program to feel about food. They're ready to be responsible for that relationship with food and how they're physically and emotionally feeling.
Okay, so Lisa Carpenter, CA.
Yeah, and on my page, you'll find the links to all the different kind of things I do. I'm going to be launching my 10 Days of You challenge, which I ran in the fall. It's going to be relaunching. It's going to be fully automated, and it should be kicking off sometime next week. So I'm pretty excited to have that go live, because it was a really, really powerful challenge. I think I had 3,200 women sign up for it the last time I ran it, which was like,
that is great.
It was crazy. It was crazy. So I'm excited to get it out as an automated program that will run all along. Feelings and Food, anybody can hop into that at any time. And my membership program is open to anybody at any time as well. So the new content will go up for April 1st. I can't believe that.
If you want to find out more about joining Mastering Money Matters yourself, go to my website, jenturrell.com, and click on the Mastering Money Matters button in the navigation bar. Building some products and building relationships and working with people and getting a system so that our money isn't just flying out the door and our bills aren't being paid or our debts aren't being serviced where we need to. Yeah. Because